walking the plains. They're on Theros. They're gods on Theros. But they've got to be better than legendary creatures.
They do, and they likely will be.
And that's the hope.
The question is, what kind of power level you want to make those cards. As we'll talk about that a little bit more as we see Babakol's going to start off with a Polluted Delta. He's on the play. He's your 4 seed. Suarez, your 8 seed. Semifinals underway. Make sure you stay tuned because after this game, trivia question for 6 months of premium. Joey, I hope you're ready.
You going to ask me a question? I'm going to ask you.
You are going to ask them.
All right. I'll ask everybody.
I'll be sure to get it wrong so I don't win.
So,
is it time to grind?
Mountain Grindstone is the play from Jonathan Suarez on turn 1.
He has the combo in hand already. BTW.
Wow. Yeah.
This has Blood Moon, too.
Yeah. Insane. So you see Grindstone.
His hand is awesome.
So he can
trade and Blood
he can
Moon.
go turn 2 Blood Moon if he wants.
Yeah.
Which, of course, will be fought over. Not necessarily fought over, but it will be countered if it's available.
I mean, it's Force of Will or Bust.
Right. But I guess the same can be said of Painter Servant.
Yeah.
Only thing about casting Painter Servant next turn is he can't immediately activate the Grindstone, so it leaves him open to some sort of removal. But, Abrupt Decay would be about the only thing that Timur can do. So, Timur here on his second turn.
He's going to pass the turn. He's not going to play a Tarmogoyf. He's just going to play... He's going to play a fetch land, and he drew a Brainstorm for the turn so he can get a little bit deeper and maybe try to find a Force Will because he's about to have something worth Force Willing.
I do see, I think, an Abrupt Decay in his hand.
Okay.
Which is relevant. So we're going to see turn 2 Blood Moon. Does he get 2 Blood Moons in hand?
Not quite sure.
Okay, we're going to see. There's the Blood Moon. We're going to see.
I think we might see him float a black, float a green, let Blood Moon resolve, decay it.
Okay, no, I don't think that's another Blood Moon. I think it might be an Imperial Recruiter.
Okay.
It's another red card. So there you see Blood Moon, the dark version. And all non-basic lands are now mountains. So.
Oh, if it resolves.
That's right.
It is not resolved. Yeah, we're fetching in response. I think it's just floating. I think he's floating black green, and then he's going to let it resolve and decay it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, float a black, float a green. It resolves. Abrupt Decay. And there it is. Yeah. So that's the best answer he could possibly have there besides a counterspell.
Absolutely.
Does find a Force of Will. He has Force of Will Brainstorm. He's going to cast a Tarmogoyf here. There's the Tarmogoyf. He's not only got Force of Will Brainstorm, he's got Jace there. So he can play land, have access to a Brainstorm if he like, and still be able to Force of Will a play here. So Suarez, I believe, off the top is a Lightning Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that other card is Imperial Recruiter. There it is.
No, he's got a Recruiter, he's got a Painter, he's got like a Revoker and stuff too. So like if he goes for Painter this turn, like it sucks for him because he doesn't have one of his. He's got 3 Power Blasts and 3 Red Blasts, so like Force of Will a high percent of the time should be bad against his deck, especially in this situation. But his draw has not lined up in such a way that that's the case. I think what he wants to do this turn is cast Imperial Recruiter, search for another Painter, so that the following turn he can go like Painter, and then it gets forced, and the next turn go Painter, and it resolves.
Right.
If he draws one of his 6 blasts in the meantime, then he can protect his guy.
The scary thing there is that, there's Hymn to Torox in the other deck, but actually, you know what? Never mind. I mean, there are Hymn to Torox.
That's like 3.
But that's it, yeah. And it's at random, so he could still end up with a Painter. If he searches for a Painter here, has 2 in hand, the chances of him hitting 2 Painters are pretty low. So he's going to cast Phyrexian Revoker as the play.
Wondering what the name here is. Again, they have access to deck list, so
yes.
He knows that there are 3 Jaces and 3 Lilianas, so what's worth naming here for Suarez, assuming this does resolve, is a pretty good question.
Jace is the name. I like it. Probably assuming Timur does not have Liliana, considering he didn't play it on turn 3. Yeah, maybe that's what he's thinking. So, and then he follows that up with a Painter Servant.
Sequencing there may have been poor by Suarez, because if Suarez plays Painter first, then he's going to be forced to force it. Maybe he forces moving Brainstorm, and then Suarez plays the Revoker naming Jace, and Jace is stranded in his hand. As it stands right now...
Yeah, he says Jace, and then Timur is able to make use of it as a blue card.
Yeah. Now he's got a Brainstorm, and he draws another Tarmogoyf. I think it's a fetch land, and he's a Polluted Delta too, so hand's really good for Timur.
Yeah. He's going to Brainstorm first.
That's a good start to the turn. AJ would be proud. 1, 2...
he just found more Tarmogoyf. So he's got double Tarmogoyf in hand.
Yep.
1 Tarmogoyf on the table, Ancestral Visions, and some lands, I think.
And those things are clocking right away.
Yeah, so two cards have to go back, and
It might be pretty easy to put back, right?
yeah,
Like,
I'd say Goyf in a land or something, because as
I
long as
just
you
want,
don't
like,
fetch.
I want to put back that. I don't think I care about that Visions. Like, I think Visions is only
Oh,
good
yeah,
if you
Visions
draw
is
exactly
fine.
Force of Will, so that you have a blue card.
Right. Okay. I like that. So maybe you put Visions as the first one, and then the next card. I'm sorry, Visions first, and then on top of the Vision something else.
Yeah, and then just
So
fetch
that
it away.
if you you could fetch it away, or if you draw past it, maybe the next card is Force of Will.
Yeah. Well, a little surprised that he's going to suspend Visions
Yeah,
and play
exactly.
Goyf. Okay. So, I mean, by keeping Visions and suspending it, that's basically saying that I think this game is going to go that many turns, and I'm going to resolve my Visions. There's a City of Traders for Suarez. I'm going to play a fetch land here. I'm going to go down to less than 19, so 18 minus 5, so 13. This is Recruiter. Okay.
Recruiter is going to resolve here.
City's an insane draw there because now on his turn, like he gets a Painter, and so he can go City, activate Grindstone, kill you on the
Yeah.
next turn. So City was a fantastic draw, and we know that Timur is going to be drawing a blank this turn because he didn't shuffle away with Brainstorm.
So, who do you think wins this game?
I'm looking towards, since I'm working with like borderline perfect information, I'm looking at Suarez this game as long as he goes for it.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on the player's decisions, but yeah, like you said, with perfect information, it looks to us like Jonathan has this if he just casts the spells. So he's gonna have to
He's going to block.
take a little hit here. Yeah.
Like that's what Crude's there for, like tutors and then like fogs on Tarmogoy. If he takes 5, he goes on to 8. That's the last card, and Suarez probably can't untap fast enough. Yeah.
And he finds
City, City
Magnus
Painter
again.
kill you. So that's
And
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Timur obviously knew as well because
Yeah.
because he knew the painter was there. He
Yep.
also knew the grindstone was there. It's on the table, and Jonathan Suarez takes the game one game up on Timur Babakol.
Have you ever seen anyone untap faster? Be honest. Ever.
I mean, as fast, maybe.
Okay,
Faster,
yeah,
I don't
faster.
know.
No, Tarmogoy, awesome. Dead. Kill you.
Yeah,
It's so
thanks,
good.
Thanks for the casting 3 Tarmogoyfs.
Yes.
Can I win now?
Yeah, those are all 5-6s. Back
Yeah.
here in the booth, Cedric Phillips, Joey Pasco. Starts the Games Open Series here in Baltimore. We're in the semifinals, looking to crown a champion of our Legacy Open. But we got to give away 6 months of premium, or at least ask a question to give away 6 months of premium. So, of course, the rules are as follows. Joey's going to ask you a question. You're going to tweet your answer with the hashtag of SCG Premium on Twitter, and we will select one winner from the people who do get it correct. It is, again, about accuracy, not speed. We will announce the answer to the question and the winner at the conclusion of the semifinals. Mr. Pasco, take it away.
I'm actually going to ask 2 questions. I'm going to ask them a
Jeez,
question.
a two-parter.
See, no. It's
Okay.
just it's one question for them.
Okay.
My second question's for you. We'll go with the question for them first.
All right.
All right. So we talked about Theros. We were
We
just talking
did.
about it a few minutes ago.
We did.
We went over all the spoilers that were available to us on the web. I just want the name of, let's say, the legendary enchantment artifact that we looked at.
Okay.
It's a pretty interesting card.
It is an interesting card. I like that card.
Yeah. Just the name of it.
All
The
right.
name of the legendary enchantment artifact from Theros. And it's blue.
Shing.
Another,
That's the only hint you
another
get.
little hint.
That's the only hint you get from me.
So there you go. There's your question. Cedric,
Yep.
why are you playing with a Scion of Vidu Ghazi?
What are you talking about? I know what you're
Cedric's
talking
sitting
about.
here just kind of playing around with a Scion of Vidu Ghazi.
It's a new
man.
Cloud Goat Ranger.
It is the new
That's
Cloud
all.
Ranger. Yeah.
I'm just getting used to casting and attacking. That's all.
But you don't even have any mana, so it's stuck in your hand.
I
Dude.
have plenty of mana. I have all the mana. I have a Windbrisk Kite.
Tell us about Scion of Vidu Ghazi.
I found this on a table.
A rare, huh?
Yeah. I found a rare on a table, and I was like walking by, and I'm like, that's a rare among all these commons. And I was like, is anyone's cards? And there's no one there. It's at that table right there. So
Yeah.
me and the Scion and this, the bird, we're getting down.
So it's a 5 mana 4/4,
Yep.
and it brings along some birds.
It's no Cloud Goat Ranger because nothing is, but it's a good try. I can
Yeah.
see myself casting this.
It's in the family. Potentially,
Yeah.
it's a cousin, distant
It's like
cousin.
it's like the ugly cousin.
Quite an ugly cousin.
Cloud Goat's he's like the king of the castle.
Yeah.
And they got the Scion here who wants to be good, but basically, like my opinion of this is the card's fine, but it really matters what Lesko thinks. Like if Lesko thinks it's good, it's probably good.
Trying to remember the name of the artist on Cloud Goat Ranger. It's tough.
It's actually really easy.
You know this
I
one?
do. I don't.
You don't. I gotta think about it.
I don't.
The one that keeps popping in my mind is, I think, Clint Searly or Yearly. I'm trying to remember.
What do you do when you look at cards?
I read the whole thing.
I'm so confused.
Look, if an artwork sticks out to me, I look to see who the artist is.
All right, hold on a second. We're gonna
Is
go
it like Clint Yearly? I
no,
feel like,
yeah, that's
no,
wrong. That's
no,
wrong.
it's
I actually
not.
know the answer. I looked it up.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's why I'm trying to remember.
Suarez in the draw, Babakol on the play. We'll take a look at Babakol's sideboard first. Graph Digger's Cage, double Phyrexian Revoker, 2 Fluster Storm, 2 Surgicals, 1 Umzao's Jite, and a Garrett Relentless, an Infest, left alone, Maelstrom Pulse, a Massacre, and 2 Thoughtseize. 2 Thoughtseize is the easy start. Pulse is actually okay because Suarez actually has to have permanence in play to go off. He needs to like play the Grindstone, then play the Painter, then go off or something of that nature. So I think Pulse can actually catch a straight permanent. But you know, Pulse is obviously very bad if there's a Blood Moon draw. Unless he has double Deathrite Shaman and some fetches in the graveyard.
Adam Rex. Sorry, that's my next guess.
You're unbelievable.
Was that right?
Yeah.
All right.
You are unbelievable that you get these right every time.
I got it wrong first.
Unreal. Revoker's actually pretty good in the sideboard too because it can actually name Grindstone.
Yes, and that's a card you saw a lot in that previous matchup with Death and Taxes, using the Revoker to shut off the Grindstone.
He can also name Welder. He could name Jaya, Spellskite.
He's got a lot of options.
Top. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb after sideboard. So he's got a lot of options.
Depends on how he plays the Revoker. He could play it preemptively and probably name something like Grindstone, or he could name it. He could say, "Oh, you played Jaya. I'm going to now play Revoker naming Jaya." You know. So turn 1 Deathrite Shaman for Timur Babakol.
Grindstone on
And
turn 1.
turn 1 Grindstone from Jonathan Suarez.
I was wondering if Suarez, since Suarez actually has access to a turn 2 Blood Moon here, it's not going to be as good because of Deathrite Shaman, depending on what like Babakol's fetch lines look like, because he does have 1 already. Babakol also has a Surgical in his hand too, so it's actually off to a pretty good start. Here's a Verdant Catacombs. I wonder if he has like a turn 2 Liliana or something.
Underground Sea, the play, or the land fetched there off of the Verdant Catacombs. So what is Timur's play here on turn 2? I didn't see any blue cards in his hand, so I don't see any counter spells. I see a Surgical Extraction, I see a Liliana, I see a Tarmogoyf, I see a Shardless Agent. Okay, so that's a blue card, but no counter spell, and then an additional Verdant Catacomb. So I'm guessing he's going for Tarmogoyf here.
See, what I think he's trying to do is.
Oh, he's going to actually go for Liliana here.
Yeah, if he has Liliana, he's
Or
got to go for that.
no, I think he's going for Shardless Agent. So
Okay,
I actually like the Liliana play better. Well,
Ding-a-ling.
I'll have a Tarmogoyf as well, please.
Well, Blood Moon sucks now. That's actually just how that works. Like, Blood Moon is this card where, like, if you're on parity, or because he can play a Blood Moon on turn 1, but now it just sucks. Like,
Right.
who cares? Like, I have everything.
Right. He's going to play Blood Moon anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should play it, but it's just like it's not very good anymore. Like, it's not going to allow Timur to cast any more spells. Like, his spells are off, even though he drew a Force of Will. So I lied. He actually can cast more spells, and he can attack for 2, 3, and 4. So I mean, winning now is going to be pretty hard for Suarez, I think.
All right, so everybody in, says Timur.
Gonna play that. Gonna play
And
Painter Servant. Does he have a blue card? Uh-oh. There's a top. No blue card. Yikes. He drew Force with no blue card. Jeez.
wow. Okay, so Painter Servant resolves. Grindstone is on the table. Suarez is inches away from a finals appearance here in just under 15 minutes.
Not blocking. No blocks ever.
That's fine. That's fine. Do you have overrun?
Yeah.
Like what? Okay, are we good? Can I untap? All right. On my upkeep,
On my
he
upkeep,
did
on my
not even
upkeep.
draw. On my upkeep,
Yeah.
is he gonna do it? Oh, he's gonna say, okay, all right. They're all milled.
Surgical.
Okay, surgical extract.
Surgical.
I love the little tricks you play there. What are you doing? What is it? What's possibly happening here? What does surgical extraction do on himself?
Welcome Dano Suarez onto the final
Wow.
mono river. It's unreal. He's even in the top 8.
Right. He had the combo like within the first couple of turns.